back to SuperFandom Reviews.
Recuerden que para la versión en español vaya al enlace en la descripción del video.
Today we have our very last box for the month of March, but our very first BAM horror box. They've been at capacity with all 2,500 of their boxes, and we finally made it out of the wait list. We got one. For this box, they announced Dracula Untold, The Exorcist, Stephen King Universe, and It, which leaves one mystery franchise that we don't know about. Let's look in the box, see what we got. The first item we have is this art print. This is based on characters or monsters from the Stephen King universe. According to our spoiler card, this is part 3 of 4, which means next month our art print will also be from the Stephen King universe and the last part of this set. We're really curious to know how the first 2 parts look, since we missed out. This is the common print of the box, limited to 2,200. But looking at the spoiler card, we really can't tell what the difference is with the level up. One thing we know for sure, the artist, Ken Hazer, really did a great job. It features the movies Pet Sematary, Maximum Overdrive, Sleepwalkers, Children of the Corn, Tommyknockers, Dreamcatchers, Dead Zone, on this pin right here, Needful Things, and more. The second item in the box is this pin. We have Regan from The Exorcist. In our opinion, for a 1973 movie, this one was way ahead of its time. Even when it was based on a novel of the same name that came out in 1971, the way they used some special effects makes it truly terrifying. The pin has what we like to call a classic Regan. Everyone recognizes her when she's fully possessed, with the cuts in her face and having vomited that green goo. Gross. You know, even when she spins her head in a complete 180. That's creepy. The level ups include Father Merrin and Floating Regan, which this one has 2 variants itself. The first movie of the Exorcist franchise was the highest grossing R-rated horror film up until the movie It came out in 2017. Max von Sydow, who played the character of Father Merrin, went on to reprise the character in all the movies from the Exorcist franchise, while Linda Blair, who played Regan, only reprised the role for the second movie, Exorcist II: The Heretic, in 1977. Linda was only 14 when she filmed the movie, and received multiple death threats for apparently praising Satan in the movie. There are also multiple stories that the set of the movie was actually cursed or haunted. From a fire to multiple deaths, this movie really had it all. We had the pleasure of meeting Linda at the Florida SuperCon in Miami back in 2017, and it was a great experience. She's a huge animal lover, just like us, and she even has her own foundation called Linda Blair World Heart Foundation that serves to rehabilitate and adopt animals. We got to talk to her for a few minutes, enjoy her Q&A, and we even got her autograph. The third item we have is the prop replica. We have the Sultan's coin of the movie Dracula Untold from 2014. The prop seems really nice and is made of a good material. It would look really good on a display. The movie Dracula Untold was meant to be a reboot of the Dracula and Universal Monsters franchise. It follows some of the similarities with the historic figure of Vlad III, the Impaler Dracula, ruler of Wallachia, creating an origin story for the main character rather than following the 1897 story of Dracula. We must admit that we love vampires and would normally jump at any chance to watch a vampire movie. But for some reason, this one never caught my attention. Ilya, however, hasn't seen it, but she has it on her watch list. We read that it didn't do so well with the critics and at the theaters, but that Luke Evans, who plays Vlad, hinted that he would be more than willing to come back for a sequel. Have you seen the movie? Is it worth it? Now it's time for a mystery franchise. We have an artist select card of Sugar Plum, also known as the ballerina from Cabin in the Woods. We saw this movie not so long ago. It was recommended to us by a streaming platform as a horror comedy movie. We're still looking for the comedy part of it. Yes, it does have some funny moments, but we simply don't get it. Joss Whedon is one of the writers and producers of this movie, and knowing the drama that follows him, we do question some of the scenes that appear in the movie. Regardless, we know the movie got some positive reviews and it was well taken, even called a masterpiece, but to us, it wasn't the best. We know it's meant to be a self-aware horror movie, but if we compare it to Scream, we prefer Scream 10 times more. I do prefer comedy over horror, but Ilya prefers horror over comedy. If you haven't seen it, we really can't tell you much about the story without spoiling it. Do watch it and let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Anyway, the level up of this card is a holographic variant. Now it does say in the spoiler card that they made special drops of other monsters that we don't know about. I would love to see some of those. Last but not least, we have the autograph. An 8x10 signed by Brendan Crane. We have one of the action shots from the two-part miniseries It, but there were 5 different pictures available. Brandon's most recognizable character is Doc Porter from the TV series The Wonder Years, for which he won Best Young Actor, Guest Starring, or Recurring Role in a TV series. He began acting at just 4 years old, doing commercials. Most of his acting career was in comedy, up until he got the chance of a lifetime by appearing as young Ben Hanscom in the miniseries It. He did the movie just before starting 9th grade, spending the summer filming in Canada. Following acting, he did some theater in Southern California. His grandfather is Fred Crane, known for speaking the first words in the movie Gone with the Wind back in 1939. It is not Pennywise. It is an ancient cosmic evil that comes every 27 years to prey on the kids of Derry in Maine. Pennywise is one of the forms that it can transform into, and also probably one of the most recognizable and scary clowns in the world. There are 3 actors that have played the role of Pennywise. Tim Curry in the original miniseries back in the 90s, Lilliput in the 1998 Indian adaptation, and Bill Skarsgård in the 2017 and 2019 films. The story follows the Losers Club, 7 kids that vow to destroy the evil that is it. The first part has the storyline setting in 1960, when young Losers Club first discovers it, and the second part in the 90s, when it returns. The original miniseries had a budget of $12 million and was a risk for the network because of the low popularity that horror had on TV at the time. The miniseries ended up breaking records for the network and even received a few award nominations. The reboot of 2017 had a budget of $35 million and went on to box over $701.8 million. Unadjusted for inflation, it is the highest grossing horror film of all time, like we mentioned previously. Alright guys, that was everything inside the box. Unfortunately, we noticed that we didn't have a scratch off card this month. They probably ran out of it, but that's fine. Next month we might get 2. For $29.99 plus shipping, I think this box wasn't bad. What's your favorite item?
Well, I like that print but also I like the autograph of Brandon Crane. Since I love horror movies, I think this is one of my favorite movies. It.
Yeah, not mine. For sure. My favorite item, the pin. I watched The Exorcist, all of them, once. That's more than enough. Scary, not that scary compared to in the 70s. I think that since we met Linda Blair, it has to be the pin. She was super cool to talk to. We enjoyed the Q&A. She had fun experiences to tell us, and she's an animal lover, which we are too. So I'm keeping the pin. Plus, it's a very classic Reagan, so not bad. Tell us, guys, what was your favorite item in the description down below, and we hope to see you again for the next unboxing.
Bye.
Bye.